Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another video. I do really want to be serious about this, guys. I'm not going to be too long within this video. But I truly believe, and I've spoken about this before I mentioned OnlyFans, but I truly believe women in the future are going to regret it. And I know a lot to some degree as to why. Even though I personally don't do it, why would I? But I've noticed, like, based on the amount of videos that I've researched and all the videos and all the information in front of me, whether I watched or read it, based on my knowledge and what I gathered, a lot of the women who are on OnlyFans are very naive. They don't really know what they're getting themselves into, because it's another way to make money. And I hate to say it, and yes, people can say I'm envious or not, but it's the only way they can live an easier lifestyle. But one thing I will say, it does bother me, again, it's their choice if they want to, but there's a lot of lies, and there's a lack of information that they refuse to bring up, that they don't want to address, because then they know it makes them look bad at the end of the day. But the one thing is they never talk about are the flaws or the problems. They consider this work, like having an OnlyFans somehow achieve it. But yet, I'm not going to sympathize for the guys who are desperate to seek female attention, who I throw away their money. Again, their choice. But I do want to bring up how it does make the men look terrible, especially when it may not. Whether I can't help but think it's the majority now, but there's just too many out there that are disposing away their money for nothing. All this because of they feel lonely and of their own bitterness. Same for the women. I can assure you, a lot of the men that they attract, I gotta be 100% with you guys. None of them are like men who are successful, who are basically potential athletes. There are some, I'll admit, that would be willing, but I truly think it's that men have an issue controlling their urges, and they'll do anything to satisfy their ego, because apparently a lot of men just can't help themselves when it comes to women. But let's be real, the majority of them, a lot of them don't end up with men of higher status, or the ones that they desire. I'm talking about men who are fit, who focus on themselves, who have a lot of pride, who try to improve themselves, or big star athletes, whether they may be celebrities, who are healthy and fit and focus on themselves. The thing with OnlyFans, that sure, this the only thing, they focus on themselves, but they don't try to make it better for themselves. And the thing is, what talent, what value or talent do they bring to society? That's what still bothers me. Yeah, I won't deny that they have the looks to appease their audience, whoever you are that actually would be willing to pay when you can literally watch it for free. But these women, these are the type of women that I can never support, and I hate to say it, it does make a lot of women look terrible. And I'm not trying to come off as misogynistic, but it absolutely brings their own gender a bad name. One thing I'm fully aware is that, sure, there may be older women, but I feel the majority are younger, naive women who think this is a good idea. But I know that, and that's how you know, eventually when they get further into it and then they got judged, you cannot be able to dictate how people feel about you. That was one thing that bothers me. I've said this before. I hate the fact that whether it be maybe with your family were to catch on, or somebody were to see you doing the stuff you're doing right now on your page, you're gonna have regrets. And then they have the nerve to tell us or decide like how people should not be angry with them or be upset. But this is the lifestyle that they chose. And rather just be open about it, they would rather keep it to themselves and say like, what you do is none of my what I do is none of your business. That's basically what they're trying to tell people like us. But yeah, you bring your business out there. So I assure you about the whole like with the whole like family incidents and the issues where if I could tell you guys, although they may right now they might be enjoying doing OnlyFans right now, but when it comes across their family, or if their parents were to find out, that's when they're literally gonna flip and lose their shit. But it's so weird as how like they want to keep their OnlyFans, but they don't. They want to keep their OnlyFans. They want to have it in public on the internet, but they don't want their family to find out. That's the risk you take. That's basically the price you have to pay if you were to be an S worker and you decide to do the things where, even though, especially, let's be real, you guys, it is literally prohibit. A lot of family members prohibit, whether it might be their daughters, their sisters, their parents, to actually go through with this and be able to like live with that, because it's gonna also affect them. It's gonna follow them. Because I'll give an example. Let's say you go to a club, swearings club, and then you're out here you're just trying to get yourself in a good mood, and you find someone, but then you find out there's someone that's there happens to be one of your family members. It would, trust me, wouldn't it not make that person feel uncomfortable if they were to see one of their family members at the club while they're dancing, literally half naked, just busting their ass and showing themselves off? Trust me, like, it's gonna make them think otherwise not to ever go there, because the first thing that comes up is their family members. But I don't want to be too long. I do want to say why they'll end up regretting it, because this is gonna eventually, if they somehow can be able to support themselves financially while doing OnlyFans, if they try to work a regular, whether it be a 9 to 5 or a normal daily job, there are people that are gonna try to like look through their, whether it might be the resume or like their social media status. Because nowadays, apparently, people are getting more. A lot of these like businesses are becoming more curious. At the same time, it's best to keep it to yourself about your social media. Honestly, that's the one thing I do. I don't really brag about. But when you're too popular, that's one thing I try to avoid, is becoming like a celebrity, or try very hard not to be recognizable. Because if you're someone who's known by hundreds of thousands of people, and you're just trying to work a regular job or a 9 to 5, and there's someone who works there, or if the employer is trying to hire you, sees your face, the first thing they're gonna say no. We can't have a person of their stature working within our establishment, because it'll make us look bad. It's gonna drag us down, and people are going to make a big deal out of it and talk about how there's an OF model, OnlyFans, working within this establishment. Be sure to check her out, and it could lead to harassment. It could lead to like tons of like people being like nosy, taking pictures, because I can assure you, because it can cause the wrong, although it may be attracting people who might look like they're customers, but a lot of times they're there for someone that they know is pretty much working, who happens to be popular, who's known to provide her goods. But the only thing is they're not interested is the stocks. But I think the one thing I would say, these models, I think they really regret it, not only because it affects them financially if it doesn't work out for them on social media. I think it's also more geared towards what their family thinks about them. Because imagine your family finds out the type of content that you're doing, and they know in a way it's not, again, may not be taboo, although it may be filthy and perverted and absolutely like degenerate, as well as a lack of self-respect. Of course, in that retrospective, those women may not. There are women who may not regret having OnlyFans, but they regret it once their family members find out, because they. Oh, it's so like that's the point. I'm sure, like these women, like they're very confusing. They want to have they want to have this content, but the only thing is they don't want the family to find it. So what's the point? I've said this before. Like if they're to do this type of work, I would say it's best to just do it private and don't even involve yourself with social media. And if you really need that bag, it's like you might as well keep your life private and do it somewhere in public, as long as someone's not recording you, or as long as there's no photos of you doing that act. But that's something that I can never fathom, with is how like they is, again, lack of accountability and always pointing fingers and claiming that this is a hard work for them, and that there's something to accomplish. Yeah, you be making the money, but the type of legacy they're gonna have, it's like it's gonna follow them, but they're gonna be known for something negative. But that's the lifestyle that they chose, so I can't really have any sympathy. I'm not here to like basically promote this type of content, but shame on the people who do, because it really is very nefarious. Because I can assure you that people like who are up for this, for these type of like for this type of content, who follow through with it, most of the time, I'm not going to say always, but a lot of times they're not always being honest with you. They do not want to address problems. They're not going to be open about things. They're not going to provide knowledge. Obviously, they lack coherent thoughts, and they never want to be logical in the situations, because a lot of times women are emotional. So yeah, overall, I feel like I said enough, you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to check for more upcoming content later in the future. Be sure to check your notifications, comment, like, subscribe. Thank you.